Some people might think Aruba is built upon beach parties, cocktails, and sunburned tourists. Others might say that Aruba's foundation is the coral reefs and volcanic rocks forming that lovely isle. But I tell you, the true roots of Aruba lie in the victory of good over evil, the devil who gambled and lost against the truly good heart of Aruba. Let me tell you a story of blood and gold, and you will see.
Carla, te quiero contar una historia que mi abuelo le contó a mi papá. Y ahora te la quiero contar a ti. Es una historia sobre un pirata y su botín de oro.
Qué bien, abuelo. Me encantaría escuchar esa historia.
Es una historia que no muchos conocen. La leyenda empieza en el siglo XVI, cuando en las islas del Caribe abundaban los piratas que siempre tenían una sola cosa en común. Era lo que más deseaban.
¿Qué era lo que querían, abuelo?
¿Qué crees tú?
No sé, abuelo. ¿Acaso era oro?
Sí. Eso era exactamente lo que querían. Esta es la leyenda del capitán Blackjack y su tripulación.
¡Wow!
La leyenda empieza cuando los franceses le estaban robando el oro a los españoles. Este oro luego lo escondían aquí, en esta isla, en Aruba.
It was the time of gold. Everything in the Caribbean was about gold in those times. The Spanish, English, French, and Dutch. They all came here to search for their own El Dorado, and they found it. But most of them also found death. With lots of gold, there were lots of pirates as well. Like the pirate captain, Blackjack, I want to tell you about. He and his ruthless crew of gold-hungry cutthroats had stolen much, killed many Spaniards, and were infamous and feared around Aruba and throughout the whole Caribbean. But just when they had to decide where to hide the loot, their luck ran out, and they ended up losing it all.
Hi, Avast pirates. Now where do we think a good digging spot would be?
Or, Captain, I think the beach with many eagles would be a fine spot.
Or, matey, there could be enough sand there to bury the treasure.
But is there a way to find gold when we come back? Is there anything there besides sand?
Well, there's plenty of eagles there.
Wow, you're so smart.
Captain, why don't we just leave the treasure on the ship? That way we can keep an eye on it.
I think you don't understand the logic of treasure.
Kelly, I think even the fish know why we don't keep the gold on the ship. Just like how we stole the gold, other ships can steal it from us. Well, let's go back to the location, shall we?
Sir, is there any of those palm trees or rocks at that beach that we need to have in order to find the treasure?
That's a good question, Benjamin. Edward, go get me my compass.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So, where will we be going, Captain? If that beach isn't an option, where else could we be placing the gold?
Relax, mate. Give me a second to think about it. Mary, go steer the ship.
Aye, aye, Captain. No mean to interrupt, Captain, but what am I supposed to do?
Who are you?
I'm Serena, your master gunner. I've been working with you for years. I make sure all the weapons are working in fine shape for attacks.
Oh, you're the girl who works in that dusty place. I think you can go and work with the sales masters.
And after that, you can prep up the weapons.
Why must the weapons be prepped, sir? Are we just gonna bury the treasure?
Well, you said it yourself, we gotta be ready for an attack. So, matter of fact, when you're done with that, make sure my sword is as sharp as it has ever been. Yes?
Alright, Captain, but one more thing.
Speak quickly, I have things to do.
Forget my name one more time and I'll kill you and throw you overboard. I may have been working with you for years, but I know there's something off about you.
Oh, poor Serena. Working in that dusty place really makes you think things. Don't worry. I think a little time with the sales masters will get you straight. Now please, go do that.
Fine.
It was one thing to loot, rob, murder, amass a pile of gold and other treasures, and survive that pirate way of life for a while. However, it was another thing to be able to keep or even enjoy one's wealth. The greatest challenge facing the pirates was surviving the greed of their own crew members, even though they fought together against all nations and boarded ships from Spaniards, English, French, and Dutch. When it came to dividing the spoils among the surviving buccaneers, beneath the deceptive facade of camaraderie, there was only greed and envy. An eye for an eye, and each for himself.
Excuse me, Captain, but I have an idea to where we could move the gold.
Tell me now or I'll feed you to the shark.
Yes, Captain.
Go on.
Well, you said we needed a spot with trees or rocks to find the gold bag. I think there's a place that's almost lagoon-like.
Ah, the Spanish lagoon. I've heard about it. I think it's a great idea, Jean. If there's enough trees there and boulders and rocks to detect the treasure when we come back, it'll be a good spot. Say, would you care to join your captain when we arrive land, bury the treasure?
Yes, I love to, Captain. In how many hours should we arrive?
We should arrive land in about 3 hours.
Poor Jean, so smart and sadly loyal to her captain. Had she not been secretly in love with him, she might have been just as devious, sneaky, and treacherous as most of her comrades. It was her feelings that sealed her fate.
Entonces, ¿no pudieron ir a Eagle Beach porque no había un lugar para esconder el oro?
Así es, mi pequeña Carla. Pero esa idea se la dijo la joven pirata al capitán para ir al Span Lagoon.
Pero, ¿por qué necesitan tantas cosas para esconder el oro?
Bueno, hija, un pirata en el mar necesita una locación fácil para verla a distancia, porque si no, el oro se perdería por eternidades. Es por eso que necesitan un lugar, árboles, montañas y rocas, para poder crear un triángulo, y así fácilmente regresar y encontrar el tesoro escondido.
Pero ¿por qué tiene que ser un triángulo?
Ay, hija, tú sí que haces preguntas. El triángulo es para que el capitán del barco pueda tener 3 puntos y crear una línea recta que apunte a donde está escondido el tesoro.
Ah, ok, abuelo. Entiendo. Muy interesante. Abuelo, ¿sabes cómo se llamaba esta joven?
Esa joven pirata se llamaba Jean. Si no fuera por ella, no hubieran encontrado el sitio para esconder el tesoro.
So, what's the plan?
One of us is gonna ask the captain to go with him to bury the treasure. Then, when we come back on the boat, we will wait a couple of hours. And then, we jump ship and swim back to the treasure.
We're gonna be so rich, boys.
Shall we tell Jean over there?
Do you want to walk the plank, Mora? We aren't telling the captain or my sister anything.
Well, only the 3 of us knows. I
Aye.
Plans hiding within plans, hiding within plans. Between pirates, it's everyone against everyone else. And even these 3 scammers, who were just planning how to rip off their crewmates together, would not have hesitated for a second to betray their co-conspirators as well. As pirates, you should know that pirates can never be trusted.
Bueno, ya a mí me está dando sueño.
No, abuelo, ya no puedes parar cuando estamos llegando a la mejor parte de la historia. Yo pensé que los piratas eran amigos y encima ahora Jean tenía una hermana que también era pirata. Además de eso, ¿por qué la tripulación del capitán quería traicionarlo si él era el que nos estaba ayudando a conseguir más oro? No entiendo.
Bueno, Carla, ya que andas tan interesada en la historia, te seguiré contando. Mary pudo haber sido la hermana de Jim, pero aún así, ella no quería saber nada de su hermana.
¿Y eso? ¿Por qué no?
Aparentemente Jim había nacido de otra mamá y Mary no podía con eso. Eso era una desgracia para ella.
¿Pero acaso la familia no debería permanecer unida sin importar si no llevan la misma sangre en las venas?
Así es, mija. Pero para ese entonces, eso no importaba. Para ella, Jean no era su familia. Simplemente una impostora en un barco.
The female pirates were as gruesome as their male compadres, sometimes even worse. Like Mary, who would have killed her own half-sister for some gold coins. The other pirate ladies were no better, just a bit more naive.
Keep the sail up, Serena. Captain Blackjack wants us to arrive in 3 hours.
I know what to do. I'm also sailmaster. Besides, why do you care if we arrive late on time?
Rumor has it Captain Blackjack is gonna pick one of us to bury the treasure with him. That means if we do a good job with this, he might trust us with where he's gonna bury the treasure. Who knows? Maybe we'll even get promoted to first mate.
So bold, Kelly. But you forgot one major thing.
What's that?
You would never pick us if we must sail the ship.
Then who is he gonna pick? Will it be Edward or clumsy Benjamin? Maybe Mary or Jean? Come on!
I hope he doesn't pick Mary, because every time I find Edward having lovely eyes for her, she probably asks the captain to take them both. The captain should pick someone who's bold and brave, who's an asset to the crew and key to everything.
Did you just describe yourself?
Maybe.
Now who's been bold?
So, how can I help you guys?
Since when are you salesmaster?
Since Captain Blackjack told me to. Can you believe that idiot forgot who I was?
I mean, you do always work in that creepy place.
Kelly's right. We almost never see you, and during lineup, you never show up.
Yeah, why is that?
Look, I'm not on this ship to make friends. I just need some money to survive and know how to make weapons in case of attacks. Think about it. Do you really think the captain's gonna pick one of us? Hell, he probably picks someone and they end up getting injured. I'm telling you both, don't trust him.
Is it me, or is she a little like...
Dark. Then yes. Come on, let's get back to her.
Serena, the chief gunner, was a tough woman indeed. No wonder. Countless naval combats on the gun deck had turned her into a stone-cold deadeye. Her naive crewmates were soon to find out that in a pirate crew there is no room for companionship, friendship, or love. And the only real choice always is, who dies first.
Crew! Line up! So, my crew, I've decided to pick one of you to join me on my journey to bury the treasure. Now, you all are capable of many things, but only one of you helped me, your captain, in finding a suitable location to bury the treasure.
Captain, pick me. Together we can do a great job.
Do you wish to be shark bait, Edward? Do you?
No, Captain.
I would suggest you take a step back.
Captain, not to be rude, but who did you pick? Yes, Captain. Me and Marina will be willing to accompany Captain to land.
Stop pushing him to make us walk the plank.
Well, since none of you have any patience, let me go ahead and tell you. I chose the best out of the 6 of you. That is Lady Jean over here.
I'm sorry, what? You picked this animal over me, Edward, and even clumsy Benjamin? I'm sorry, but you must have gone mad.
Mary, calm down. The reason why I picked Jean over here is because she helped us find a suitable location for the treasure.
Jean knows nothing about combat on land, Captain. Pick one of us. We are more than ready and more than capable.
If it weren't for me, we would still be deciding on where to land and bury the treasure.
But we have worked on the ship for years, and you can just get something handed to you just like that.
Jean had the capabilities to find us the location. We should be grateful for that.
Whose side are you on, Benjamin?
Avast ye! Now that I picked Matey Jean over here, I don't want to hear another word, or all of you will walk the plank.
See, I told you he wasn't going to pick us.
Maybe not, but we can still get him to rock our way.
Now remember, my crew, have the ship ready for when Jean and I return. Also, make sure you do some fishing. We're gonna need some food for our trip back to France for the next couple of weeks.
Captain, question. Where could I find Lady Jean?
I think I saw her go back in the parlor to pack some things.
Thank you, Captain.
What a cruel world the pirates had made for themselves. Of course, you already know that this did not end well. And who was chosen to bury the treasure with the captain? Did that dubious honor have a good chance of survival at all? Guess what? Lies, deceit, envy, and betrayal. What else should there be in a life made of robbery and murder? But there was friendship as well. Even love. Unfortunately, only very rarely, with little to no chance for a happy end.
Hello, Jean. I just wanted to tell you that I think that you're worthy of going with the captain to bury the treasure.
Thank you, Benjamin. I just wish that the whole crew would feel that way as well. But I think I'll always remain an imposter to them as long as I live.
I think you'll be famous one day. I have a feeling about it.
You know, you're not like the rest of the other pirates. You're kind and caring. I hope when we get back to France, you'll be able to find a better life than this.
My life isn't gonna change much. I don't have any family back there, so this is how my life will be. So be it. I live for one thing only.
And what's that?
It's
Let's go, Jean. We gotta get going.
I got it. I'll speak with you.
I'll be waiting.
The tragedy of good and evil lies in the good guys failing to forge alliances in time, while the bad guys have already made their plans to use anyone naive and simple-minded enough to fall into their lies and conspiracies. So sadly, but unavoidably, the tragedy was about to unfold.
Now come on, Jean. We don't have all day. Hop in.
Yes, Captain.
When his attempt to impose himself as an escort to the lagoon failed,
Pull us down, Edward.
Aye, aye, Captain. If you need anything else, I'm still here.
You're still not coming with us.
All right, sir.
I lost the short.
Yes, sir.
Benjamin missed his last chance to save Jean's life, the only tiny chance for a life together with her. Deep down inside, where he kept his feelings for Jean hidden, he knew it.
So, Jean, what will you do once you get back to France?
Probably stay on the ship with the crew. I don't have that much choice about it.
Maybe you should find a new life. I see how your sister treats you. I think you deserve better.
I'm not gonna abandon my sister that quickly. She may be mean, but she'll always be my sister.
Lady, I can't stop you from being there for your family. You got a lot of potential. Fear to them.
Unaware that Jean was already blind to any danger because of her love for him, Captain Blackjack tried to impress her with the sight of the gold, so that she wouldn't suspect what his real plans were for her. Under the spell of the gold, which he never had intended to share with anyone, he did not even notice that Jean only had eyes for him. She couldn't have cared less about the gold than she did at that moment.
So, where should we bury it, Captain? There's a lot of rocks and trees over there.
Look there, Jean.
Okay, seem like a good spot.
What a splendid captain, she thought to herself. If only she had known. And so her fate was sealed. Until her very end, she didn't see it coming. Love makes you blind sometimes.
It's done, Captain.
Sorry you have to end this way. You're a good mate. Please protect this place from anybody who tries to steal our gold.
Blackjack even put an evil spell on her poor soul, forcing her spirit to guard and protect the gold until his return. And the captain had even already made up his story for the rest of the crew.
¿Y qué hizo él?
Él la mató.
¿Pero por qué? Si Jim era una buena pirata y encima de eso era leal a su capitán.
Así es, mija. Pero en este mundo hay mucha gente con malos pensamientos y muy egoísta. Por eso es que tenemos que estar muy precavidos y estar muy atentos. El capitán Blackjack mató a Jim para estar seguro de que nadie supiera dónde estaba enterrado el tesoro.
And while the captain made his way back to the ship alone, the rest of the crew was arguing, ready to kill each other not only by words.
I have a random thought.
You don't say.
God, how do you deal with her every day for hours?
Oh, please. You think your friends are any better?
Exactly. Me and Marina annoy the shit out of each other all the time, but at least we don't betray each other.
What do you mean by that?
I think she meant Benjamin over here, who was clearly on Jane's side during Captain Pip.
Whatever, he'll beg us to forgive him anyway.
How sure are you about that?
Benjamin, we are a crew. Me, you, and Mary.
No, we're not a crew. Not anymore. Once we go back to France, I've decided on getting off the ship for good. So you can finally keep your crew how it was supposed to be, without me.
Well, that was unexpected.
You say it, sister.
What's up with you? You have no judgment towards this, and you're even barely on the top deck.
I just find it funny, you know. You all try to be buddies, but forget in 1 second one of your own can betray you.
Benjamin only betrayed us because of Jean. He wouldn't have done that if she didn't exist.
Now, No need to be cruel. Jean is a good pirate. And just because you don't share the same blood, you should treat her like that. If the roles were reversed, you wouldn't want that, would you?
You know nothing! Apparently, she knows a lot.
Back off, Callie.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Oh, those pirates. While trying to betray and even not hesitating to kill each other, their respect for their captain remained strong and firm as ever.
Help! Us, crew! I've been hurt! Help!
Edward, get the rope, and one of you guys go look for some supplies to help the captain out. Got it.
Captain, what happened?
The captain and Matey Jean were attacked by the local Indians. They came to us before we got to bury the treasure. Jean ran away to save her life.
And we must go save her.
No, Benjamin, that will do no good. We'll end up losing more of us in the process. I fear perhaps she's been captured. She's been killed.
No. Have you gone mad? She's one of us. She needs us. I need...
Who do you think you're talking to? She's an imposter, isn't she not? Face it, mate. She's gone now. If you really wish to lose your life on the hopes of saving somebody you barely know, then go ahead. Take a boat, sail it into the night. See how far that gets you.
Sorry, Captain. I wasn't thinking straight.
What are we to do then, Captain?
Well, we're presented with two options. You can either choose to relish and scout for more gold, or you can choose to go back to friends empty-handed. I can't decide for you. What I can say is that any gold that we do find will be split up equally.
Equally, Captain? Yeah, there's no fishy business going on here, right?
Yes, equally. Listen, if we find anything remotely close to what we had, it'll be enough for you all to start new lives. That includes you too, Benjamin.
Yes, sir.
All right, then. If that's all, we shall prepare scouts first thing in the morning to see what sort of Spanish ships we can find and raid on the western shore. Everyone on board?
Aye, Captain!
Very good. Edwards, you'll be the first one to pull security through the night. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Good. Very well. Everybody back to their duty stations.
An almost religious fear and admiration for the one that is almost a god on the ship, judging over life and death. Even for those black souls, that deep fear of going over the plank was engraved deep into their minds. So at first, they believed the captain's story, ignoring how easy it was for him to hatch as insidious a ruse as they had all done themselves. But it didn't take long until the first doubts started to arise.
You see what I meant? I told you to. Our precious captain can't be trusted.
You're right, but it isn't like we can do anything about it. He will probably kill us if we do some things to rebel against him.
Hey, no mean to be serious, but you guys think he killed Jean? What?
You finally say the sentence without a joke or being sarcastic. Tonight is gonna be raining like crazy.
I misunderstood you two. You two are a great team. But yes, I do think he did it. Which is why I'm always hiding. Captains only care about themselves and them being rich. Everyone around them can die or be injured, and they wouldn't care. So that's why you gotta look out for yourself, or you'll end up like Jean.
I don't know if you can hear me, Jean, but if you came back and we stopped our duties as pirates, I would have given you this piece of gold that I grabbed. You deserve to have lived a longer life. Just know that deep down in my heart, I will always care for you. I hope you're somewhere out there alive and well.
If Benjamin only had known that there hadn't been any hope for Jean, he would have tried to kill his captain if he had seen Jean's dead corpse lying at the treasure hiding, with her soul doomed to watch over the bloody gold. Oh, what a misery.
Jane, wake up.
But Jean, even though she had been a pirate, she had a good, honest heart. That gave her spirit the strength to fight against her captain's evil band. So she rose from her corpse and started searching for another good heart. Her only chance was to let the gold be found to free her soul from the evil curse. And her spirit wandered the isle and found a man sleeping, a man with a good heart and soul. Only that enabled her to speak to his soul to tell him about the secretly hidden gold. This honest, good-hearted man was one of the Kaketios.
Help! Help! For whoever hears my voice shall find the gold. Ye have been chosen. Help me! For whoever follows my voice will keep the gold. Please, follow me and I'll make you rich.
Stop! I don't know who you are or what you want, but I'm not interested following you around.
I can make you a wealthy man. The captain can't find the gold.
Fine! As long as I get the spouses out of my hand.
The people who lived on the island for a long time before the first Spaniards arrived, with his mind and spirit deeply connected to the Isle of Aruba, where his ancestors lived for thousands of years.
Okay, go right. Yes, yes. Take a left. Watch your head. Yes. Straight, straight. Now left, left. Yes. Right, right. Yes, right there. That's all yours.
I think I don't end up dying because of this. Whoa!
He could hear Jean's voice loud and clear in his dreams. He was terrified and in great fear for his life and soul. But he listened to Jean's bidding, and he knew that he had to help her to free her from the curse, for her and his own sake.
Whoa! Look at this gold! I'm rich! Thank you! Thank you, dear ghost! You have indeed made me a very wealthy man. I will be forever grateful for this. I make sure you will rest properly in peace.
As he found the chest, he was full of joy and excitement. He saw that his fear had been unfounded. On the contrary, he now was rich and sure to look into a golden future. He had freed Jean's spirit from the curse of protecting the gold by finding the treasure. But he wanted her soul to find the peace she deserved as well. So he buried her, and even put a cross on her grave.
You, the spirit, have blessed me with riches and life. I hope you will rest knowing that your captain will never, ever find this treasure.
In the end, bloody gold saved an evil soul and rewarded a good person, while evil played big and lost. What happened to Captain Blackjack and his crew, you ask? Nobody knows. Most likely they all ended up on a gallows.
Abuelo, aquí termina la historia.
La leyenda cuenta que el indio Caiquetío se fue a vivir a Venezuela y se convirtió en un hombre muy, pero muy rico y poderoso. Se compró una casa muy grande y allí disfrutó del tesoro que encontró hasta el día de su muerte.
Abuelo, ¿y eso significa que el capitán nunca encontró el tesoro?
Me imagino que no, hija. El tesoro seguramente nunca fue encontrado por el capitán o por su tripulación.
O sea, que todo ese trabajo, toda esa traición del capitán ¿Fue por nada?
Tal vez, hija, tal vez. Pero bueno, ya es tarde. Mejor nos vamos. No queremos que tu mamá se preocupe y te salga a buscar.
Está bien, abuelo. Vámonos.
This legend is still told today in Aruba, my friends. Did it really happen as the legend goes? Who knows? I would like to believe it, because in the end, the good wins and the bad loses everything. The only one in this tale who has acted without guile and selfishness, because he wanted to help, only he had been rewarded for his good heart, while the pirates have found nothing but deceit, betrayal, and death. And so to this day, the people of Aruba are as kind and good as you know them, and the evil souls lament their song in the Spanish lagoon and at Frenchman's Pass. Some say they are heard there at night to this day, and that, my friends, that's the real secret of Aruba Island.